afternoon, guys. This is a lesson for my Algebra 1 CP classes for May 6th for my B day and May 7th for my A day. So in this lesson, we're actually going to start talking about factorization of polynomials. Now, we're going to start very easy. We're just going to start by recognizing from a few given factorizations, which one is the correct one. Okay, and I'll explain all what that means in a moment. So just kind of a very easing into the idea of factoring. Okay, so I do have two kind of review examples to get us started. The first review example is to multiply two binomials. So x plus 4 times x plus 5. Right, and then, so I'm going to write x plus 4 times x plus 5. Remember, there's different ways to multiply it. You can multiply it by using the arrows method. I'm going to use the FOIL pattern first, which means I multiply the terms appearing first in parentheses, x times x, outer, x times 5, inner, 4 times x, last, 4 times 5. If you multiply, you get x times x is x squared, 5x plus 4x plus 20, and combined terms, you get x squared plus 9x plus 20. So x plus 4 times x plus 5, if you multiply these two binomials, you get x squared plus 9x plus 20. Okay, this is a review, but let's pause here for a moment and talk about what we did. So going from, if I give you two things and I ask you to multiply them, so going from x plus 4 times x plus 5 to x squared plus 9x plus 20, what we did was we multiplied, right? You can multiply numbers, you can multiply polynomials. So going from the left side to the right side is multiply. Okay, what we're going to start doing today and we're going to do for the next few weeks is factoring, which is we're going to be going backwards. So I'm going to be giving you these trinomials. I'm going to give you the result of a FOIL problem, and I'm going to ask you to factor it or try to come up with the original problem that resulted in that. And we do that with numbers all the time, right? If I give you a number and I ask you to factor it, what you're doing is you're coming up with products that result in that number. So you're on reversing multiplication or factoring. Okay. That's problem one, just to review the difference between multiply and factor and how to multiply two binomials. So we can say that x squared plus 9x plus 20 factored is x plus 4 times x plus 5, if you go in reverse. Okay. Problem two, if I give you a number, 1,420, which of the following is the correct factorization? So this is a multiple choice question, and the rest of the problems are going to be multiple choice too. So this is a multiple choice question. A, 2 times 2 times 2 times 71. B, 2 times 5 times 5 times 71. C, 2 times 2 times 5 times 71. D, 2 times 2 times 5 times 70. Which one of these is the correct factorization of 1,420? How would you check which one is the correct factorization? Well, you'd multiply, right? You'd multiply to see which one actually gives you 1,420. So if you check A, 2 times 2 times 2 times 71 is 568. If you check B, 2 times 5 times 5 times 71 is 3,550. If you check C, 2 times 2 times 5 times 71 is 1,420. If you check D, 2 times 2 times 5 times 70 is 1,440. So which one of them equals to 1,420? Well, not A, not B, not D, but C, right? So the correct factorization is C, 2 times 2 times 5 times 71. Okay, we're going to do the same thing but for polynomials. So for problem 3, I give you the, this is a quadratic trinomial, right? X squared minus 12x plus 35. Then I'm asking you which of the four choices is the correct factorization. A is x plus 5 times x plus 7, B is x minus 5 times x minus 7, C is x plus 5 times x minus 7, and D is x minus 5 times x plus 7. So you have four multiplication problems. I'm asking you which one of these results in x squared minus 12x plus 35. So I'm going to do the same thing I did here as for problem 2. I'm going to check each of the answers. To check A, I'm going to multiply x plus 5 times x plus 7. You can apply the first outer inner last pattern, simplify, and you get x squared plus 12x plus 35. Then I'm going to do the same thing for B, check x minus 5 times x minus 7, apply the FOIL pattern, simplify to get x squared minus 7x minus 5x plus 35, and then the result is x squared minus 12x plus 35. Then I'm going to check C. I get x squared minus 2x minus 35, and check D by multiplying first, outer, inner, last. I get x squared plus 2x minus 35. Which one of them is the correct factorization? The correct factorization should result in x squared minus 12x plus 35. So it's not A, it's not C, it's not D, it's B, right? So the correct factorization of x squared minus 12x plus 35 is x minus 5, x minus 7, or answer choice B. That's what I want you to do for the rest of them. So before I teach you how to factor, I just want to make sure you can recognize what the correct factorization is. So I have just a few more of these. Problem 4, which of the following is the correct factorization of x squared minus x minus 42? I have 4 answer choices, so let's check each one. To check A, I multiply x plus 7 times x plus 6 to see if I get x squared minus x minus 42. To multiply two things by two things, I'm going to use the FOIL pattern. Multiply out, I get x squared plus 13x plus 42. I'm going to do the same thing for B. Check B, x minus 7 times x minus 6. Multiply out, I get x squared minus 13x plus 42. I'm going to check C, I get x squared plus x minus 42, and I'm going to get D, x squared minus x minus 42. So, which one of them is the correct factorization of x squared minus x minus 42? Not A, not B, not C, it's D, right? It's D. So the correct factorization of x squared minus x minus 42 is x minus 7, x plus 6, or answer choice D. All right. I'm going to do the same thing for problem 5. Which of the following is the correct factorization of 3x squared minus 19x plus 20? So answer choice A is x plus 5 times 3x plus 4. Answer choice B, x minus 5 times 3x minus 4. Answer choice 3, x plus 5 times 3x minus 4. Answer choice D, x minus 5 times 3x plus 4. I think you figured out what I'm doing, so I'm going to go through this a little faster. So I'm going to check A, check B, check C, and then check D. So which one of them is 3x squared minus 19x plus 20? It looks like B. It looks like it's answer choice B. So the correct factorization of 3x squared minus 19x plus 20 is x minus 5 times 3x minus 4. Okay. Or answer choice B. Alright. And last one. Which is the following is the correct factorization of 100x squared minus 1? So I have 4 answer choices. A, 10x plus 1 times 10x plus 1. B, 10x. So if I check A, I get 100x squared plus 20x plus 1. B, 10x minus 1 times 10x minus 1. If I check B, I get 100x squared minus 20x plus 1. C is 10x plus 1 times 10x minus 1. So if I check C, I get 100x squared minus 1. Notice something, C and D are really the same answer choices because all I did was just swap the factors. 10x plus 1 times 10x minus 1 is the same as 10x minus 1 times 10x plus 1. So if I check D, I do get the same answer as well, 100x squared minus 1. Because multiplication is commutative. You can swap the factors. So what I really get is that it's the correct factorization of 100x squared minus 1 is either 10x plus 1 times 10x minus 1 or it's 10x minus 1 times 10x plus 1. So either C or D. And if you remember, this is called a difference of squares binomial, right? Difference of squares binomial. All right. So that's it. I know it might seem like a little easier than what we usually do, but all I want to, before we start factoring, which is challenging in a regular classroom setting, so in remote classroom setting, I anticipate even more challenges. So I'm going to break this down literally as much as I can. So what I want you to do is just practice. If I give you a polynomial, can you pick out which one is its correct factorization? That's really it, okay? For now. All right, so I have a little problem set for you, and the due dates are similar to the previous ones. All right.